Namaskar. Fast moving developments today. I'm going to talk about three topics, two very briefly, and one which is the main one, which is MNCs exiting Pakistan. Number one, Hamas has accepted the ceasefire terms, but looks like there are some conditions, and these are being looked at. And one of the things I saw, which I don't think is going to happen, is that Hamas wants to keep their defensive weapons. Define what is defensive weapon. Anyway, so at least the movement has happened from Hamas side. They have said they'll return the hostages, 48 or 51, depending on who you talk to. And we don't know how many are alive, and we don't know how many Americans are still alive. So all these things on one side. So that is the first news. And Trump is going to give a press conference in a short while, and you'll get more details from there. Number two, Sean P. Diddy Williams. He used to also call himself Sean P. Daddy Williams. He had another name also. This guy is a real sleazeball. He has been sentenced to 4+ years for all his acts of pedophilia and other things that he has done. However, information about that is still coming. You will know in the days and weeks to come. It also tells you that perhaps Epstein files will again be kindled back. People will start going back to that and saying, look, we want justice for all the victims of Epstein. Also, stay tuned on that. That is a separate thread that is running on its own. Third, now let's come to the main important topic that we talked about. Pakistan's big multinational company exodus, with Procter & Gamble being the recent one or the latest one to exit. More than 20 companies. And I'm going to tell you, list line by line, how many companies have left, what are the reasons. This should tell you guys that Pakistan is on the verge of an economic collapse. And who knows if that would lead to a collapse of the country also. Procter & Gamble announced it will cease direct operations in Pakistan, including its Gillette subsidiary. What it will automatically mean is, of course, higher prices for people, and the population of Pakistan will suffer as a result of that. Well, the products will still be sold via local distributors and regional hubs, but the corporate presence is gone, which means, the job, marketing, and advertising and all the other things. I mean, if you have a MNC, you're going to have 500 to 600 employees. All of them are now looking to see the danger of losing their jobs. We'll see. And the main reason given is that Gillette Pakistan's revenue halved by fiscal year 2025, falling sharply from its peak of Pakistan rupees 3 billion in just 2 years. In 2 years, they have suffered a loss of 50%. That is the main reason cited. Thousands of jobs now hang in the balance as part of P&G's global 7,000 job restructuring plan. Next, since 2022, already at least 20 major firms have fully exited Pakistan. I'll give you line by line what are the companies, what are the reason given, so you all have an idea of what is going on. I hope you've already liked this video. Let me just check and see if everything is audible for you. I checked it. It was all fine. I think it is working fine. Nobody has said that there is a problem, because I'm using a second monitor and I have no way of knowing what is going on. Anyway, let me continue. The departure span fast-moving consumer goods, pharmaceuticals, telecom, and finance, reflecting systemic challenges in the investment climate. So nobody is buying that Pakistan has won the war. If they have indeed won the war, then why are all these companies leaving, that too in a hurry? P&G joins other global giants that have restructured or downsized operations due to high risk exposure. Here is sector-wise name and exit details. Energy sector, Shell Pakistan sold assets and exited retail fuel business in 2023, which means there are no more Shell company pumps in Pakistan. Total Energies is, I think, a French company, sold 50% stake in its joint venture in Pakistan. And Puma Energy withdrew from fuel marketing in 2023. ExxonMobil scaled back operations. In telecom sector, Telenor Pakistan shut down operations and is awaiting acquisition in 2024, which means any Telenor customer perhaps don't have cell phone access anymore. Microsoft has shut down its operations in 2025. Uber suspended ride-hailing services in 2023. Careem, Uber subsidiary, ceased operations in 2023. Pfizer Pakistan reduced manufacturing and sales. This is the pharma sector. Others, such as Sanofi, sold majority stake to local firm in 2023. Bayer, another big pharma name, scaled back crop science division between the period 2022 to 2024. Eli Lilly, another pharma company, exited market entirely in 2024. Viatris, another pharma company, divested its assets in 2024. Consumer goods, Yamaha Motor Pakistan ceased motorcycle assembly. Lotte Chemical sold operations in 2023, and Unilever Lipton division divested tea business in 2024. GE General Electric scaled back aviation and power operations in 2023. What does all this thing mean? You're going to see a lot of smuggling from Iran, from Afghanistan, as well as from India into Pakistan of even essential commodities such as tea. Okay, Lipton is no longer there. And this means that this country is in the pangs of abject poverty. But look at the statements their leaders make. I mean, these are the most dyed-in-the-wool scoundrels that I can think of. And you have so many companies leaving. This is not pressure from Trump or from anybody else. This is hard business considerations. With the Pak rupee depreciating by over 50% since 2021, imports have become unsustainable while excuse me, while severe foreign exchange shortages are hindering profit repatriation. So this is capital controls again in place. Inconsistent tax regimes and import restrictions between the period 2022 to 2024, along with delayed drug approvals and bureaucratic red tape, have deterred investment. Chronic government changes and corruption undermine predictability, while persistent terror threats and militancy deter long-term investors. Not only that, there are energy shortages, such as not having consistent power, probably. This has driven up operating costs because you'll have to go and create your own generator. That comes with its own share of problems, like pollution, for example. And the inflation is running at 25% in 2023, and weak consumer demand is continuing to squeeze margins. People don't have money. People just don't have money. Firms are consolidating in high margin, stable markets such as India and Vietnam, while Pakistan is increasingly seen as a low return, high risk destination. Not only that, when there is no money, everybody starts looking at who may have money and they go after them with a vengeance. Is terrorism now also playing a big part in this? Global corporations remain wary of Pakistan's terrorist networks and extremist links, which tarnish its global image. Never mind all the photo ops that these people are taking with Trump or with KSA and so on and so forth. These mean a damn to the common man, because they are in the pangs of huge poverty, inflation, and devaluation happening almost every day. Security concerns not only affect investor confidence, but also brand reputation, making Pakistan a reputational liability for global firms. No company wants to be seen as doing business with a terror-supporting ecosystem. That is the bottom line. Without saying it in so many words, that is exactly what it is. They don't want to be associated with Pakistan anymore. And this is not a two-way traffic. Nothing is, Imran Khan comes back, nothing is going to change. This has been on the decline for many years, and now you are seeing the reality for yourself. Huge problem. PNG's withdrawal is not an isolated decision, but part of a sweeping corporate flight from Pakistan. Unless Pakistan stabilizes its economy, reforms governance, and dismantles terror support structures, it risks becoming a corporate graveyard where no multinational dares to stay. There you have it. This is the problem that is afflicting Pakistan. I hope they wake up and smell the tea, maybe coffee, whatever it is that they like to drink in the morning, or even kashayam, whatever it is. Huge problems for Pakistan. This has got nothing to do with terrorism or Op Sindoor. This is their own internally created mess. Do they even know how to govern? That's the question. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.